Nearly 1 in every 5 people in the U.S. have a disability. We saw these people in special education almost every day in high school, but where are they now? How are they accommodated for as young adults? I began at Savannah High School to see how SPED teachers were preparing their students for life as young adults.
Savannah, Chatham County, we have something called CBI and CBVI. CBI stands for Community-Based Instruction. So we in Savannah are very lucky. We're able to take our students out a couple times a week to CBI. This year we take them out one time, and we go on Tuesdays, and we choose different places to go in the community, and we teach them, while we're there, we teach them community skills.
I have a child that has special needs. Also, she has Down syndrome. She's 22 years old, so I kind of feel like I bring a whole lot of experience into the classroom. It has to be between the schools and the parent. I couldn't leave everything up to the schools to handle my daughter. She's my responsibility. So it's kind of like a partnership. You know, it is my job to say to the teachers what I expect for her, what I expect for them to do, what I want for my child, you know, but I didn't leave it all up to them.
Outside of teachers and family, there are specific people assigned in Chatham County to help those with special needs find their place in the world.
I'm a transition specialist with the Department of Specialized Instruction with the Savannah Chatham County Public School System. And what my role is to help 8th graders transition from middle school to high and to begin talking about planning for after high school, and also to work with high school students to transition from the world of work to the military of supported employment or a employment agency to help with finding employment. Well, we also help students with college planning. We develop goals through their transition plan, which is in their IEP, to help them be successful after high school. We do referrals to different agencies such as vocational rehab, employability, Department of Behavioral Health, any supportive employment agencies we refer students to as well. So we do that through our program called Community-Based Vocational Instruction, so that when they leave high school, they have some employment skills once they leave. So our role is basically to help students develop employment skills and make plans for after high school. As far as like a student that's SLD, that may be MID, along those categories, they can attend regular college and obtain a degree. But if a student is with a more profound disability, they're not usually eligible to obtain a degree from a college. So they wouldn't go to Savannah Tech or, Savannah State or any of those programs, because based on their ability levels, they're not able to, sit through a college course. So that's why, as far as like if they're in high school, there are specific classes that they're in. They may be in a self-contained classroom, or they may be in inclusion. So our students are in an inclusion program. They would be the students who would filter through the college track. So if a student is in a self-contained program, those would be our students who would end up going into programs like anything that's supported employment, like employability. They would pick up those students.
Savannah State alumni and JMC's very own Jordan Eady assists with many of these students after they graduate.
My name is Jordan Eady, and I am the Engagement and Communications Coordinator for Employability in Savannah. That is a nonprofit dedicated to serving adults with developmental disabilities like Down syndrome, autism, Asperger's, stuff like that. And we were founded in 1951 because back then parents really didn't have an option on whether or not to put their kids in special ed, and a lot of schools did not have special education. So our focus here is to help adults with developmental disabilities find employment and build careers.
Employment Ability hosted an event recently in late October called Flourish to showcase their garden. It also showed that people with disabilities have many abilities. Gardening is therapeutic and educational for the people here. Savannah State is one of the many universities here in Georgia that welcomes those with disabilities.
Once the student is enrolled in the university system or the technical system, they need to contact the Office of Disability Center. In some schools called the Access Center, you will need to take in any paperwork or documentation documenting your disability and how it affects you in the classroom or in your housing facility if you need accommodations for housing. At that time, the disabilities coordinator will be able to send the information off to the Region Center, get the final approval, and from there you just continue to access your accommodations as you need it. It's just like insurance. If you don't need it, you don't use it, but it's always good to have it in place when you're on campus. And the best part about students coming to the university or technical colleges and receiving accommodations is they get the same exact education as any other student who's enrolled. Their degree is at the same level, and in many cases they excel in the classroom. And again, students ranging from autism to ADHD to some who suffer from major depression, and they do well, the same work. They are not required or allowed to have their work shortened for them. They still do the same exact assignments and receive the same exact credentialing at the end of their matriculation.
My disabilities are, well, I only have one, which is achondroplasia. It is a dwarfism where my limbs are shorter than normal, but my torso is the same length as a normal person. It causes me to have spinal issues and leg issues. I really wanted to go to HBCU and I didn't want to be close to home. And Savannah State was the first school that accepted me, well, the first HBCU that accepted my application. And I really wanted to go here because I love Savannah. Okay, so basically in high school, just the same as here, except for I live here now. They gave me extra testing time, and I would leave class 5 minutes early so I wouldn't get caught in the midst of everybody trying to get to class and possibly get hurt. But I didn't use the 5 minutes because I felt like I was just as normal as everybody else, and I really didn't need that or the extra testing. I do not feel like I'm at a disadvantage here. I feel like I'm treated just as fair as anybody else.
My name is Angelia Burnett, and I am completely deaf. I came to Savannah State because it is a good school, but Savannah State is not the same as a school for the deaf. People that can hear tend to make me feel confused because I can't talk or hear. I have a lot of accommodations at SSU. If I had no interpreter and no help, that would be a struggle. We need to go straight to disability resources if we need help finding an interpreter for class. I have many challenges because a lot of people don't know that I am deaf. People that can hear sometimes want to learn or don't want to learn sign language. I know that people that can hear are afraid of deaf people. I have to learn society and meet new friends at Savannah State. As you can see, life doesn't end after high school. Just like everyone else, people with special needs can do anything they put their minds to. The opportunities are endless.